In today's book, Marianne is surrounded by too many boys, i.e. one. One boy is too many. 0 is the optimal number of boys in Marianne's world. Sorry, Logan.
Argo Fump Book Review, Argo Fump Book Review.
We start with a Babysitter's Club meeting, and right off the bat, I noticed something weird. Namely, Marianne gives a brief recap of the Babysitter's Club, and then moves on with the story. She doesn't put the book on hold for 3 full chapters of exposition like the last 4 books did. Why? Because we've got a new author. This book was written by Mary Lou Kennedy, and it's generally accepted as the start of the ghostwriter era for this series, because it's the first time we got multiple ghostwritten books in a row. I'd like to welcome Mary Lou to the series and thank her so much for not giving readers a giant exposition dump. I can't wait to read all of her other books, and... oh, she only wrote 2 books like the previous ghostwriter? The recap chapters will return after this? I'm sad now. It's summer, so Marianne and Stacey are going back to Sea City for a vacation / babysitting job / who cares why, it's the beach and there are cute boys there. Hopefully not too many boys, though. They'll be watching The Pike Family, which includes Mallory, but we don't want to hurt Mallory's feelings, so we'll pretend she's a half babysitter. Stacey talks about Alex and Toby, the cute guys that they met last year. Just in case you've forgotten, Alex was the first guy that Marianne ever liked. She hasn't thought about him at all ever since she started dating Logan. Stacey says,
Wouldn't it be funny if Alex and Toby showed up again?
Epic foreshadowing. Marianne takes a group of kids into town, and a cute boy named Chris is working at an ice cream parlor. Chris is 12, so I have no idea why he has a job. Aren't there child labor laws in Sea City? Chris is so distracted by Mallory and Vanessa, he accidentally breaks the whipped cream machine, which is disgusting and delicious. Vanessa is very upset, and they leave as soon as they can. So hey, guess what? Alex and Toby are at the beach! Wow, what a surprise! Marianne feels a jolt upon seeing Alex again. He looks wonderful. The boys are babysitting a group of 6 kids, and Claire starts feuding with a 2-year-old named Sheila. Stacey goes boy crazy and starts gushing over Toby. She hopes the boys will ask them out on dates, and laughs at the idea of telling Logan about this, because what Logan doesn't know won't hurt him. In other words, never get relationship advice from Stacey. Alex asks Marianne out, but uh-oh, Stacey's already got a date with Toby. Stacey says Marianne is just gonna have to cancel now, too bad. Marianne stays home and watches the kids. Marianne tries to argue that's not fair, but Stacey ignores her and goes on the date. So Marianne's forced to reschedule for tomorrow, but whoa! Stacey's got another date! Oh, too bad. I get all the dates this week. You have to stay home again, Marianne. Marianne and Stacey get into an argument here. Stacey tries to make it seem like she's doing Marianne a huge favor by killing her social life, but Marianne doesn't buy it. She orders Stacey to stay home and watch the kids while she goes on her date. Hey, good for Marianne, standing up for herself for once. The date ends up being kinda nondescript, in my opinion. It starts out awkward, but they break the ice and eventually they have a good time. And don't get too wowed over with the romance in this book. That was basically the only romance scene we'll get. Vanessa declares that she's in love with Chris, and she starts sending him love poems. But since the poems are anonymous, Chris thinks they came from Mallory. Oh no! He's in love with the wrong girl! I mean, I don't blame him for thinking Mallory's the secret admirer, cause Mallory's around his age while Vanessa is 9. But still, Vanessa's heart is broken thanks to her home-wrecking sister. Curse you, Mallory! Stacey's also having bad romance times when Toby breaks up with her. Yeah, he says he doesn't want to be tied up with some random girl he barely even knows. He wants to be free to go home and date other people for real. Aw, geez, Stacey, now you know how all of your boyfriends feel when you go home and never think about them again. Marianne's conflicted, because she likes both Logan and Alex, so which boy is she gonna be with? Is Alex gonna ruin her relationship forever? She wants to tell Alex about Logan, but she can't, she's just too nervous. Don't worry, we get a happy ending. Everything's resolved when it's revealed Alex has a girlfriend at home. He wanted to tell Marianne, but he was just too nervous to tell her. He and Marianne had the exact same problem! Marianne and Alex laugh and they agree to be just friends. Friends forever! Friends who accidentally dated each other while dating other people. Vanessa decides to break up with Chris through a poem. There's a weird moment in this scene when Mallory sits up and starts talking in her sleep. Vanessa says that's creepy, and it happens all the time. That's Mallory! I'm not sure she's going to be invited to Babysitters Club sleepovers from now on. The end. Postbook follow-up. I suspect Anne Martin had to get ghostwriters in 1990 because she was busy getting the Little Sister series up and running in addition to the Babysitters Club TV show that debuted that year. So, a busy year for her. The main problem with this book is that it leaves out all of the good stuff. For example, we don't see Alex ask Marianne out on a date, we get told about it afterwards. The actual date scene glosses over some potentially fun material too. I don't want a second-hand description of romance in a romance book. I want a first-hand description of romance. And especially now that I know Alex had a girlfriend the entire time, I want to know why he asked Marianne out to begin with. We didn't get to see the scene. Book left it out. I mean, I'm not saying that the romance was bad, but I am saying it really could be improved if we got more specific details. I would be totally willing to sacrifice one of the babysitting chapters if it meant we got to hear every word of the Alex asks Marianne out scene, complete with Marianne's reactions. Oh, I didn't mention the babysitting chapters, did I? We get 3 babysitting chapters as usual that have nothing to do with the main story. Jackie Radowski, he gets into trouble at a pool. Jesse's hamster goes missing for a bit. The best babysitting chapter was one where Dawn and Jeff were forced to watch 2 kids because of Dad's irresponsible girlfriend. It was nice seeing Jeff play babysitter with the 3-year-old. It's too bad we don't see more of him in the series. He's like the most interesting sibling in the entire... whatever. I find it interesting that Marianne narrated this book and book 30. Is there an official rotation for narrators, or is it just random? Because that's 2 books and a group of 5 for Marianne. If I was in charge, I would probably hire 7 different ghostwriters, 1 for each narrator, just to make things consistent. That's what I would do, but, I don't know where the narration rotation comes from. Okay, I think I'm rambling, so let me wrap up. Overall, I liked the book. It was nice seeing a sequel to Boy Crazy Stacey from Marianne's point of view, and the babysitting chapters were okay. I feel like the romance side of things could have been more focused and developed, and the title doesn't fit the book at all. I was expecting a book where 12 different guys all fall in love with Marianne at the same time. That is a book I would read. Instead, it's Boy Crazy Stacey number 2, which isn't bad, but it's not what I was expecting. I give Babysitters Club number 34, Marianne and Too Many Boys, a 6 out of 10.